GOP Congressman, former Green Beret commander, Michael Waltz sits on the House Armed Services Committee, joins us now to react. Congressman, I was struck by how many people, all the Democrats, who just have no faith that they just make the president out to be a cowboy, just taking wild shots without even thinking about the consequences. That's not how it worked.
Yeah, you know, my message to them is go talk to the hundreds and hundreds of families of the American soldiers that this man and that the Quds Force are responsible for killing, many of whom are actually suing Iran and the IRGC in federal court trying to seek compensation actually from a number of international banks across Europe that laundered the money that essentially built these IEDs. So, you know, they're either ignorant of history or they're just looking for cheap political shots against this president, or both.
Well, Congressman, when Iran came out and they said, we're going to hit 35 U.S. targets, and then the president said, well, we're going to hit, I see your 35 and I raise you a bunch because we're going to hit 52 sites and some have a cultural significance. And the president's critics said, oh, you can't do that. Can he?
Well, look, what he exactly said was sites of significance to Iranian culture. That could be Tehran. That could be their capital. That could be a number of things. Okay. Look, the Pentagon knows very well where to draw that line and where to advise the president. I think the bottom line is he's getting inside their calculus. And finally, we have them afraid of what we're going to do, not the other way around. And they better think long and hard before taking their next action. And that's how deterrence works. And I would tell the Democrats, look back at history, look back at the Reagan administration, where we actually had the USS Enterprise launch aircraft and sink Iranian frigates and Iranian ships after they launched missiles. So this notion that we're going to World War III, that the president's loading up Marines for a D-Day style landing is just ridiculous. The entity in the Middle East that least wants war is the Iranian regime. They care about survival. They do not want war with the United States. This is about deterring and about de-escalating and about taking that strong action that will make them think twice.
Congressman, it's interesting when you have civilians that are weighing in on this. Derek Hunter wrote an op-ed on FoxNews.com, and he calls out the Democrats for being upset about this. The headline is, there is something fundamentally wrong with Democrats. It's from Town Hall. You served our country, Green Beret commander. What do you think about this? What's your message to the civilians who haven't ever fought for our country that are weighing in on this?
Yeah, so I was just down in Florida, down in my district. People are just shaking their head. They expect the president to take decisive action to defend our diplomats and our embassies and to defend our soldiers. And they're asking me, what do we wait until they're more body bags before we take action? Absolutely not. So, you know, for those of us that have brothers and sisters to our left and our right who are no longer here, for the Gold Star families, for those that are wounded and still in Walter Reed and Bethesda as a result of their actions, that's who these civilians, that's who people should be talking to. That's who suffered.
Or think about the lives that were saved because of this,
that's
the American lives.
That's absolutely right. This was a bold action. It's absolutely what the president should be doing, and I fully support him.
Congressman, Colonel, thank you very much for joining us early on this Monday morning.
Thank you so much.